Okay, let's review all the formulas we looked at for circles, and then we'll try some examples. So let's remember, first of all, the diameter. This is the diameter from one end through the center to the other end, and diameter is 2 times the radius. So 2 radii make a diameter. So I can also say that the radius is the diameter divided by 2. So if I have a diameter divided by 2, I get the radius. And then we saw that if we take the circumference of any circle, if we know the circumference and we divide by its diameter, we always get pi. We always get this number pi, 3.14. The circumference of any circle divided by its diameter will always be pi. So because of this relationship, we can say that we can rearrange this equation and say that the circumference is pi times diameter. So if I know the diameter, multiply by pi, and I'll get the distance around the circle, the circumference. And since I know the diameter is 2 radii, I can replace the d by 2r. So I can also say circumference is 2 pi r, or 2 times r, which is diameter, 2 times r is diameter, times pi, which is the same as this. And now I can rearrange this equation and say diameter is circumference divided by pi. So if I know the circumference, I can divide it by pi and get the diameter. Same thing here. If I know the radius, I can divide by pi, that'll give me diameter, and then divide by 2 and give me the radius. So these are the equations that we need to know. These 4 right here are important ones. Well, this one too, these two. You should have those in your copybook. Now let's look at some of these examples. Find the circumference. So find the circumference if I know d or r. So if I'm looking for the circumference, I have to find an equation that says c equals something. So I can use this one when I know the diameter. Pi times diameter will give me circumference. And when I know the radius, I can use this one. So try these examples and pause the video, and then we'll work them all out together. Okay, so let's do example A. Circumference is pi times 12. Pi times 12, so it's 37. B, I know the radius. So the radius is 78.4, so 2 times pi times 78.4, circumference is 492.6. C, 4 pi. So if my diameter is 4 pi, well, 4 pi is the diameter times pi, so it's 4 pi times pi. So C will be like this. 4 pi times pi is 4 pi squared, or 4 times pi, 39.5. So 3 times 3, 9 times 4, 36, that's about right. Okay, D, 56 pi is my radius, so 2 pi r. 2 times pi times radius, so 2 times 56 is 112, pi times pi is pi squared, so when you multiply all this out, pi times 112, this is your circumference. Okay, now let's try E. I'm given the circumference, but I have to find diameter. So I have to find diameter, so look for an equation that says diameter equals something. Here, diameter equals circumference divided by pi. So all I have to do is take my circumference divided by pi, and I'll give you diameter. So for E, diameter is my circumference, 101.45 divided by pi. So 100 divided by 3, that's about right. Okay, so F, same thing. I use the same formula. I know the circumference is 5 times pi divided by pi. So I can estimate what this is going to be. 5 times 3 divided by 3. Well, that's 5, right? So it's just 5. So 5 times 5 pi, that's my circumference, divided by pi to get my diameter. So the pi's cancel out. I'm left with 5. G. So let's just look at G for a second, and H. So G, find the radius. So if I'm looking for the radius, I need this formula here. Radius equals. So I can use this formula when I know the circumference. These two equations, I know the circumference. So circumference divided by pi. Well, circumference divided by pi, that just gives me diameter. Divided by 2 gives me the radius. So for G, 254 divided by pi, and then divide by 2, that gives me a radius of 40. So my diameter would be 80.8, double it. And h, 13 pi is my circumference. So 13 pi divided by pi, and that's just 13. 13 divided by 2, 6.5. So there you have some examples, worked out examples. Hopefully that helped you check your answers. See you in the next video.